All right, welcome back. We get the Honda Prelude here on our driveway. We're gonna do some work on this Hondas. Guess who I found? Hey, Jassy.
Hey,
How are you doing?
hey.
Good. What are you doing there?
Um,
Are you coloring?
yeah.
Oh, that's nice. It looks like a pizza, shaped like a pizza slice, eh? Yeah. Nice. Good job, Jassy. It looks like you're busy. All right, I'll get back to work then. So, you can tell that I got the hood popped out, just checking the oil level. Well, you guys know the engine on Hondas are really bad of oil consumption. But this video, it's about diagnosing DRL module. She's right there. It's located right above the gas pedal, just tucked in there. So that's the original one. Here's the replacement one, a used one from another Prelude. I kind of just swap it just in case maybe it's the module is faulty, but no, this one right here, when I plugged it in, turned the engine, light is still on. I'll show you what I meant. Key on. There we go. It's better to start it. All right, so the light is off. This is low beam. That's the low beam, and the DRL is out. Off. I think that's the low beam. Driving light, and this one right here, one click is high. It's high beam. So off. So when it's off, the DRL is on. Lights. One click, the DRL is still on, and then low beam. It's on low beam now, and then the DRL over there it turned off. All right, so we gotta diagnose that. The tools you need is it's a multimeter right there, and better, it's an option, better to have a alligator clips extension. This is for your ground. I want to clamp the ground solid so that it's not moving anywhere. And I got a procedure right here to follow, how to test the aerial input unit. Here's all the wiring color and the location of the numbers of the wires, and then here's all the test condition and what could be the problem is. All right, so just to save time here, I just noticed that the number 1 and 11 is the high beam wiring. So number 1 right there and number 11 right there, those are high beams, and I know my high beams are working, so just gonna skip those and let's move on to the next one, number 10. All right, so number 10 is a high beam request, so we don't have to go with that one. Let's move on to the next one. Number 2 is a blue and red. Test condition under all condition. Check for voltage to ground. Should be a battery voltage on that one. So let's go. What's the number 2 is a battery input. So you can tell we have getting power from fuse 8 10 amps. That's where the battery input. So let's just check on that one. Let's see what we got. So to do this test, make sure you get a test light. I got this giant ass tester right here, so massive. It's probably like about 1.5 feet long. Ground it to the body, and then I'll show you the fuse 8. It's down on the clutch pedal. So the fuse here, starting from the bottom to the right, number 1 all the way to 8, and then second row 9 all the way to 17, I believe, or 18. So fuse 8 is right here. There's a 7.5 fuse amp right there. This is supposed to be at 10 amps, so should be okay, but let's go check it out. So on this test, make sure you get the key on, engine off, get the power up. It's gonna be beeping, so I'm gonna poke this fuse right here. Yeah, the light lit up. Yeah, there you go. You can reflect the lights to my back of my hand. So the fuse is good, we got power. Let's move on to the next one. All right, so the next one, 4 and 7 is black, and that's for sure gonna be ground. So that one, I'm for sure it's good, but I just wanna double check, making sure. 4 and 7. So let's look in the chart here on the graph. 4 and 7. 4 is right there. Kick panel on the right side, and 7 is right there, ground to under the hood fuse block going to the relay. All right, so to do the number 4 test, we're gonna do a continuity test to the body. I'll show you that right now. All right guys, so make sure set your multimeter to continuity. Black leads coming out of the multimeter, make sure ground it out to the body of the vehicle. And then the red leads, I'm gonna touch the frame. It should make a sound. Let's go find the ground wire on this DRL connector. So black, you can tell the black is the number 4. So if you look at the back of the connector, there's the ground right there. That's the black wire. So you could probe it from here or probe it from the back. So let's try it in the back. And that one's good. So we got a good circuit right there. Another ground going to the relay. I know that one's good because I could hear it clicking, but to show it to you guys, I'm gonna show you how to do that. Check the continuity on that wire going to the relay. All right, we go under the hood. This is where the dimmer relay, you can tell, it's in the bottom right corner. And that's this guy right there. Number 7 wire going to the dimmer relay. That's the high beam off input. We're gonna check that one out. So you can see there's like 3 pins on the top and 2 pins on the bottom. All right guys, so I'll show you how I rig my my test light here. So you need to get continuity on that wire, so make sure you get that red leads right there, and then black leads going to the number 7 connector. And my number 7 connector here is this orange wire. Okay, so I got a T-pin or bobby pin in there, just any pins, metal pin that you could stab on that end of connector. Orange is the number 7 wire, and let's see if this thing beep on the, let's see if it's a full circuit. Let's go to the front. All right, so the wire, the pin that we need to test is the one in the middle on the top right here. Okay, so let's listen. And that's good, that wire is good, so that's confirmed. Let's move on to the next one. All right, so the next one is number 6 right over here. It's a park brake lever. So that's a wire coming out of the DRL module going to the brake light switch. So here's the number 6 right there. There's the wire, and there's a brake light switch right there. So let's test that one. All right, so number 6, it's what is that, green and white. Number 6 is right there, the corner right here in the top right corner, green and white. So put a T-pin on there at the back, just like that. We're gonna test the continuity. So the red leads from the multimeter, let's tap the the body, and let's see what kind of sound we get. And that's good. That means when you pull the e-brake, the switch will contact close, just like this, and we got the e-brake light on the dash, and it's working good. So let's move on to the next one. All right, guys, so next one is wire number 8, blue and red. So basically what this means is with automatic lights off and without automatic lights off, basically if the light is off, testing the wire number 8, it will be continuity if you hit the multimeter red leads to the ground. So when you ground the leads, the red leads, when the headlight is off, that wire will be ground as well, and it would beep the multimeter. And this one right here, when I turn off the light, the readings should have battery voltage. Alright, so let's give it a try. Alright, so the number 8 is a blue and red. That would be using a T-pin. So here's the tabs right here that you press. So it's on the top right on the second last. So flip it upside down, it's this guy right there. Okay, that's the one, and that would be the blue and red. Headlight switch is off, so you go to continuity. The red leads to the ground. This should beep. There we go. That's a good circuit. Now we're gonna put the multimeter on 12 volt setting. We're gonna hit the ground with my red leads, 12 volts, and then turn the switch one click, and then the last one. So low beam, 0 volts, turn it backwards, 0 volts, and then turn it off is at 12 volts, and that's what we want. So when the switch is off, it should be 12 volts. All right, so next step is the number 9, the blue with white ignition switch. This ignition switch is the we're gonna test. It goes up to the fuse number 13, 15 amps, cruise control. So that's what we want. So we'll do number 9's test. Driver's side kick panel. We'll turn on the switch and see if the test light will turn on. Alright, so fuse 13, 15 amps. So that would be this guy right there, fuse 13. Alright, make sure get the key on positioned, engine off when you do this test. Get some power on these fuses. So let's try them out. Right there, light up. That's what we want. Fuse 15 right there. So 15 amp, that's what we want. All right, let's move on to the next step.